Thank you.
So can we now move to committee stage?
Yeah, then we shall bring their amendments.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before we move to the committee stage, my minority report has not been considered. We did a reconciliation, but the position the chair has put is not what we agreed on the issue of centralized payment gateway system.
Yes.
My argument was that government does not have a centralized payment system. The bill as it is, we are actually debating in anticipation. That's number one. Number two, Madam Speaker, government, if we pass the bill, I mean the clause the way it is, it means that
Which clause are we talking about?
we are looking at clause 95, clause 5, which intends to insert section 93A immediately after 93, because the insertion requires that operators of casino, gaming, and betting activities to conduct all transactions, both for receiving wagers and making payouts, exclusively through a centralized payment gateway system licensed by Bank of Uganda. And clause 2 also says that the bill further seeks to introduce section 93B, which stipulates that an operator of a casino, a gaming or betting activity who fails to use or integrate with the gaming and betting centralized system be penalized. Madam Speaker, my point of departure was that they do not have the system. That's number one. By trying to pass the clause the way it is, they are trying to create a monopoly. They are trying to get a service that is being provided by 45 licensed companies by Bank of Uganda and taking that responsibility to a single company. Because they are taking it to a single company because they do not have the system themselves. So my prayer is that we leave the clause the way it is, because that one does not change the intention of the clause, but we remove the word centralized. And then we move the word systems to system to systems, because there's 45 systems in place and they want to centralize it to one, implying that they are trying to create a monopoly for one company. So my prayer to the House is that we remove the word centralized. That one does not change the intention of the clause. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Eji.
Right Honorable Speaker, I think the member understood what government is trying to do. Correct. Government is looking for a single centralized system. That is correct. Now, we cannot distribute tax collection to 45 people. That's the problem. Because the 45 systems are in place now, but tax is being lost. So now government is saying, link it with one system, authorized under the national payment system, and linked to URA. Now, let me finish. What the entity does in its back end is their private business. But when they're interacting with government, they'll go through that same pathway. So, that is exactly what government is trying to do.
Thank you so much, the Right Honourable Attorney General. Government can achieve what it wants to achieve without centralizing. You can link the URA system to all the 45 systems. You can integrate. Listen, you can integrate. This is a
procedural matter.
My understanding, Madam Speaker, is that a minority report has been presented.
We go to committee.
Because you cannot present a minority report and debate it. The procedure issue I am raising now is whether this strange way of dealing with this particular law is going to continue, that you present a minority report but also debate it yourself.
Honorable Member.
Speaker, I'm concerned by the way Comrade was gagged. The Honorable was gagged. It's actually not fair, because he did not actually present fully his minority report for us to debate it. What he's talking about, Right Honorable Speaker, is Africa is walking itself into colonialism. Companies are coming from outside in the name of digitization of tax collection and management to loot this country dry. And I can give examples, Right Honorable Speaker. We have a company called Riponami. It is important that our countrymen understand what Africa is going to be duped into. Riponami is making money in the name of streamlining rental income tax and walking away with the proportion of our taxpayers' money. Right, Honorable Speaker? That is why I wanted this debate at committee stage.
You're raising a policy matter on digitization. That is the matter you're raising. What you do, let's look at a clause, bring your argument on the clause, we discuss it, and we get a middle ground.
Amazing. That's why I wanted to tell you that the right time for me to have debated this was at that stage, whereby members would have arrived at this stage well knowing what happens to where Africa is being put, that cartels are running into digital payment systems, whereby people are becoming their own slaves, meaning for every payment that you're making. Recently, an agreement has been signed between this government and people from the Middle East, UAE, that they are creating a single payment gateway for taxes. We are becoming slaves in this country.
Honorable Mehdi, I want you to help this House. Look at the object of this bill. But if you have a law that you want to bring on that, it's a very good law. Please bring it, and we shall pass it in this House.
Most obliged, Right Honorable Speaker. However, I remain with this reservation because our role is to enlighten our members that might not know what we are being duped into and passing as an august House.
Right Honorable, I want to see how we come to the same place now that we're talking about centralized systems, centralizing things. Honorable Enos is concerned about monopolizing this entire process, that you're going to have one person. That means you knock out 45 who are licensed, who are operating, they've got employees and so on. The Attorney General is saying that no, the issue here is about tax collection. Now, we need to be sure we are understanding each other and that no one is confusing the other. Because the Attorney General, for him, is to say...
Honorable Lord, for us to understand each other, let's look at the object of the matter, of the law. An act to amend the Tax Procedure Code, Cap 343, to provide for the use of the National Identification Number and the registration number as the tax identification numbers. 2, to provide for the gaming and betting centralized payment gateway system. 3, to provide for the penal tax for the failure to use or integrate with the gaming and betting centralized payment gateway